Aquarius, listen closely. September 10th through 12th is not just another date on the calendar. This is your final karmic test, and in these 3 powerful days, the universe is going to throw 3 spiritual attacks directly at you. They're not accidents, they're traps designed to shake your focus, test your strength, and stop you from stepping into the destiny that's already waiting for you. But here's the secret. If you recognize these attacks and pass this test, you'll unlock clarity, power, and a brand new timeline that changes everything. Stay with me until the very end, because missing even one of these signs could cost you the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Attack number 1, the resurfacing of old wounds. When the window of September 10th to 12th opens, the first and most immediate attack Aquarius will feel is the resurfacing of old wounds. These are not random memories or passing emotions. They are karmic echoes, unfinished business rising to the surface at the exact moment you're about to step into a higher chapter of life. And while it may feel heavy, painful, or even frustrating, it is also one of the clearest signs that your breakthrough is close. Think of it this way. Every wound you've carried, every heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, or moment of abandonment has left a mark in your energy field. Some of these marks you've worked through and healed with awareness, but others were buried. Maybe you kept yourself busy, poured your energy into distractions, or told yourself you had moved on. Yet, deep down, fragments of those wounds remained, hidden beneath the surface. From September 10th, the universe will not allow those fragments to remain buried. The energy of this karmic test will bring them up, not to punish you, but to prove to you how far you've come. The resurfacing is not about dragging you backward. It's about testing whether you can now face the memory without collapsing into it. How this attack shows up for Aquarius, the resurfacing of wounds can feel like déjà vu. You may find yourself dreaming about a person from your past, and the dream feels so vivid that you wake up with emotions you thought you left behind years ago. You might scroll through social media and unexpectedly see a reminder of an old relationship, and suddenly your heart aches again. Or perhaps a loved one makes a passing comment that cuts deeper than it should, opening up memories of betrayal or rejection. These are not coincidences. They are triggers, spiritual mirrors designed to show you whether the old wound still controls you or whether you now stand in the strength of healing. The attack itself is not in the memory or trigger. The true attack lies in the temptation to re-identify with the pain, to slip back into that old version of yourself who felt powerless, broken, or unworthy. The real test. Detachment versus avoidance. Aquarius is a sign known for its ability to detach emotionally, but there is a fine line between healthy detachment and avoidance. Detachment means you can observe the wound without letting it control you. Avoidance, on the other hand, means you've pushed the pain so far down that it still owns part of you, waiting for the right moment to surface. This karmic test is asking, have you truly healed, or have you just avoided? Can you look the wound in the face and say, you are not me anymore? Or will you allow it to pull you back into an identity you've already outgrown? When the memories rise, the universe is watching your response. If you collapse back into victimhood, the cycle repeats. But if you stand tall in your healing, you prove that the past no longer defines you. How to pass this test. The way forward is awareness. When old wounds resurface, don't run from them and don't overanalyze them. Simply notice them. Observe the memory or trigger like you would observe a cloud passing across the sky. Instead of saying, why is this happening again? Remind yourself, this is happening because I am ready to release it completely. Ground yourself in practices that anchor you to the present. Journal about the emotions that arise, not to relive them, but to free them. Meditate on the feeling of release. Visualize the wound as a chain breaking apart. Speak affirmations that reclaim your power. This was part of my story, but it is not who I am now. My past has no power over my present. I honor the lesson, but I release the pain. These simple but powerful steps shift your energy from victimhood into mastery. The wound loses its grip when you refuse to give it more energy than it deserves. Why this attack means you're close to breakthrough. It's important to remember, the resurfacing of wounds is not random. It is a final karmic checkpoint. The universe only tests what you're about to outgrow. If these wounds are showing up now, it's because you're on the verge of stepping into a new level of clarity, freedom, and alignment. Think of it like a video game. Before you reach the next level, you must face the final boss of the level you're on. Old wounds are that final boss. They test your strength, your awareness, and your emotional stability. Passing this test doesn't just prove your growth, it unlocks the doorway to your next chapter. Aquarius, you have carried the weight of these wounds long enough. This karmic window between September 10th and 12th is your opportunity to finally release them. Not by ignoring them, but by confronting them with the full awareness that you are no longer the same person who was wounded. You are stronger, wiser, and aligned with a greater destiny. The takeaway. The resurfacing of old wounds may be painful, but it is also liberating. It shows that the universe trusts you with a higher path and is giving you the final opportunity to prove your readiness. Don't mistake the resurfacing for regression. It is not the past dragging you back. It is the universe confirming that you're strong enough to let go once and for all. So when the wounds rise, stand firm. Observe them without judgment. Speak your truth, and remind yourself every step of the way. I have already healed. I am no longer bound by this pain. I am ready for my breakthrough. If you pass this test, you will walk into the next stage of your destiny lighter, freer, and with a strength that no wound can ever take from you again. Tack number 2, the distractions of chaos and conflict. As the karmic test intensifies between September 11th and 12th, Aquarius will find themselves face to face with the second major challenge, the wave of chaos and conflict. This attack rarely comes quietly. It arrives suddenly, often when your energy is at its highest, when you're focused, aligned, and close to a spiritual breakthrough. The purpose is simple. If chaos can disrupt your peace, it can delay your destiny. This is not a random flare-up of problems. It is a spiritual tactic designed to shift your attention away from your inner growth and keep you entangled in unnecessary battles. If you can recognize this trap for what it is, you can rise above it. But if you allow yourself to be pulled into its noise, you risk losing momentum at the exact moment you need it most. How chaos manifests. During this karmic test, Aquarius may notice conflicts appearing out of nowhere. Perhaps a disagreement with a loved one escalates into something bigger than it should. At work, tensions may rise, and conversations that once felt easy suddenly feel like battlegrounds. You may find yourself dealing with problems that feel exaggerated, unnecessary, or completely manufactured. The hallmark sign of this spiritual attack is that the chaos feels unnatural. It doesn't carry the weight of genuine issues that need resolution. It feels like drama for drama's sake. Almost as if the universe is asking, will you let noise steal your focus, or will you hold your ground? The danger here is not in the conflict itself, but in how it tempts you to respond. The moment you react in anger, defensiveness, or panic, your vibration drops. That drop in vibration is the true goal of the attack. Lower energies can only survive if they pull you into their frequency. Aquarius in the trap of overthinking. As an Aquarius, your natural strength is intellect, vision, and the ability to detach from emotions in order to see the bigger picture. But during this karmic test, that very strength may become your weakness. You may try to rationalize every chaotic situation, analyzing what went wrong, replaying conversations in your mind, or withdrawing emotionally to avoid dealing with the mess. The trap here is subtle. Overthinking keeps you mentally trapped in the conflict long after it ends. Emotional withdrawal might protect you temporarily, but it doesn't bring resolution or peace. The chaos thrives when you give it attention, whether through analysis, anger, or avoidance. The true test is to recognize chaos for what it is, a distraction. You don't need to fix it, solve it, or overanalyze it. You only need to rise above it. The spiritual lesson of discernment. This attack is about discernment. Can you tell the difference between genuine issues that need your time and false problems designed only to derail you? Can you stand firm in your alignment when everything around you tries to provoke a reaction? The universe is watching how you respond. If you let yourself be pulled into every argument, every misunderstanding, and every sudden disruption, you drain your energy. But if you can pause, breathe, and see the bigger picture, you will realize that not everything requires your attention. Discernment is a spiritual shield. The moment you recognize that a conflict is just an energetic trap, you take its power away. How to pass this test. The way forward is to choose peace over reaction. When someone tries to bait you into an argument, don't take the bait. When a situation feels chaotic, don't let it control your emotions. Instead, anchor yourself in silence and composure. Walk away from arguments that serve no higher purpose. Speak less, listen more, and save your energy for what truly matters. When unexpected problems arise, respond with calm practicality. Focus only on the solution, not the noise surrounding it. Most importantly, remind yourself daily, I control my energy. Chaos cannot shake me. This affirmation becomes a shield. The moment you refuse to react, the storm begins to lose power. Why? This attack proves your growth, Aquarius. Chaos shows up only when you are close to alignment. Think about it. No one tries to derail a train that isn't moving. The very fact that chaos and conflict are surfacing now means your energy is in motion towards something bigger. The distractions are confirmation that you're stepping into your breakthrough. Passing this test not only protects your vibration, it strengthens your inner authority. You will realize that external storms have no power unless you invite them in. Once you anchor into this truth, your energy field becomes untouchable. The takeaway between September 11th and 12th, Aquarius will be tested by sudden waves of chaos and conflict, but this is not punishment, it is preparation. The universe is showing you that you have the strength to remain centered, even when the world tries to shake you. If you can refuse to feed the drama, the distractions dissolve. If you choose peace over reaction, silence over argument, and calm over panic, you emerge from this test with unshakable clarity. Chaos cannot destroy what is meant for you. Its only power is the power you give it. So when the storm rises, hold your ground. Protect your vibration. Stay focused on your higher path. And remember, the moment you refuse to be pulled into the noise, you prove that your destiny is stronger than any distraction. Attack number 3, the temptation of doubt and delay. The final and most dangerous attack Aquarius will face during the karmic window of September 11th to 12th is doubt. Unlike chaos or resurfacing wounds, doubt is subtle. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't strike with intensity, it lingers, quietly convincing you that maybe you're not ready, maybe your dreams are too big, or maybe your timing is off. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Doubt doesn't need to defeat you directly, it simply convinces you to stop yourself. The nature of doubt as a spiritual attack. Doubt often arrives at the threshold of transformation. Think of it as the shadow's last desperate attempt to keep you small. When the universe opens the door to your next chapter, the energy of possibility is powerful, but so is the resistance that rises to meet it. Resistance often comes disguised as self-doubt. This karmic attack doesn't ask you to give up everything. Instead, it tempts you to delay, to hesitate, or to settle for less. It whispers, wait until the timing is perfect. Or you don't have enough experience yet. Sometimes it's even crueler. Who do you think you are to want this kind of life? But here's the truth. Doubt is never the voice of your higher self. It is the residue of fear, conditioning, and old wounds that are threatened by your expansion. The stronger the doubt feels, the closer you are to a breakthrough. Why this test is critical for Aquarius? Aquarius is the visionary of the zodiac. You are the one who carries big ideas, bold visions, and futuristic insights meant to guide not only yourself, but also others. But vision without faith collapses into hesitation. You can see what's possible, but if you don't believe in your ability to manifest it, the vision stays stuck in your imagination. This karmic test is asking, will you trust yourself enough to step forward? Or will you remain in endless cycles of planning without execution? For Aquarius, the risk is getting trapped in the mind. You may analyze your ideas so thoroughly that you talk yourself out of acting on them. You may wait for validation from others or for circumstances to align perfectly. But the truth is, perfection never arrives. Waiting for certainty is the same as waiting forever. The karmic trap wants you to delay your destiny, not by blocking it outright, but by convincing you to hesitate just long enough for the opportunity to slip away. Recognizing the voice of doubt. During September 11th to 12th, pay close attention to the thoughts that enter your mind. Doubt rarely shows up as obvious negativity. Instead, it can sound logical, even reasonable. It might tell you, it's better to wait until next month. You need more resources before you start. You'll probably fail, so why risk it? Notice how all of these voices create the same outcome: inaction. They keep you standing still at the threshold, staring at the door instead of walking through it. The universe doesn't require you to have all the answers. It requires you to have the courage to take the first step. How to overcome doubt and delay. The key to overcoming doubt is movement. Action is the antidote to hesitation. Every step you take, no matter how small, builds momentum and proves that doubt has no control over you. Do not wait for perfect timing, because perfect timing is an illusion. Do not wait until you feel ready, because readiness comes through doing, not waiting. The universe is testing whether you have the courage to walk forward even when the path is not fully visible. Anchor yourself in affirmations that replace doubt with confidence. Speak them daily until they become your inner truth. I am ready now. I am capable of more than I realize. My steps create my future. Clarity comes through movement. These affirmations rewire your energy field. They remind you that doubt is not reality. It is resistance. And resistance cannot survive once you start moving. Real-life application. During this window, between September 10th to 12th, if you've been hesitating on a decision, this is your window to act. Maybe you've been holding back from starting a project, launching an idea, having an important conversation, or making a change in your personal life. Whatever it is, this karmic test is not just about noticing the doubt, it's about proving to yourself that you can move forward anyway. Even one small action is enough to break the spell of hesitation. Send the email, make the call, take the first step. Once you move, the energy shifts, and momentum carries you where doubt once held you back. The reward of passing this test. When you conquer doubt, you unlock your true Aquarian power. You become the innovator who shapes the future, not by dreaming, but by creating. You transform from someone who hesitates into someone who leads. This shift doesn't just change your personal path, it ripples out to those around you, inspiring others to move beyond their own fears. The reward of passing this test is freedom. You no longer waste energy second-guessing yourself. You no longer settle for half-fulfilled dreams. You step boldly into alignment with your destiny. And from that place, the universe meets you with opportunities, synchronicities, and breakthroughs you could never have planned. The takeaway, Aquarius: doubt is the final and most dangerous karmic attack you will face in this 3-day window. It is subtle, deceptive, and persistent. But it is also powerless once you recognize it for what it is. The moment you stop listening to the whispers of hesitation and instead move forward with courage, you break the cycle. Do not let this karmic test convince you to wait any longer. Your dreams are not too big. They are exactly the size they are meant to be. Your timing is not wrong. These 3 days are proof that the timing is perfect, and you are not unworthy. You are the visionary chosen to carry this path forward. So when doubt comes, remember this truth. Clarity comes through movement, not waiting. Take the step. Trust yourself. Prove to the universe that you are ready. When you do, you step into the destiny that has been waiting for you all along. The doorway opens. Aquarius, September 10th to 12th is a turning point. These 3 days are not just another week on the calendar, they are a final karmic checkpoint. The resurfacing wounds, chaotic distractions, and waves of doubt are not punishments. They are proof that you are stepping into something greater. The universe tests only those who are ready for more. If you face these 3 attacks with awareness, you emerge stronger, clearer, and aligned with your highest destiny. You'll no longer carry the weight of old wounds. You'll no longer be shaken by external noise, and you'll no longer let doubt delay your path. Instead, you'll step through this karmic gateway into the abundance and clarity that has been waiting for you. But here's the most important truth. Destiny is never automatic. It requires your choice. You must decide whether to let the attacks control you or to rise above them with strength and clarity. Every decision you make in these 3 days shapes the timeline of the next chapter of your life. So as you move through September 10th to 12th, stay aware. Notice the patterns. Guard your energy, trust your strength, and when the final test comes, choose alignment over reaction, courage over doubt, and healing over pain. Now I want to hear from you. Are you ready to face this karmic test and step into your new destiny? Comment below. I claim my destiny to declare your alignment and anchor your path forward.